The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-rhymed them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing good. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday morning. We're up. We're at it. We're about to do our thing. We're about to get into this market. We're about to look at this market. We're about to see where we can make some money at today. We're about to see where this market's going to take us today. Hey, I hope everybody is doing well on this Wednesday, because hey, we here. We're about to do this thing, man. And the markets are what the markets are, man. But hey, there's opportunities all over the place. There's opportunities everywhere in this market. It's just a matter of understanding what is going on, why it's going on, and all of that good stuff that goes along with it. Got some interesting stuff coming out today. Came out a little bit yesterday. We'll review it today. Got big news today. Could affect the markets. You got some inflation data coming out here in the United States. And, that's going to affect the markets, as it always does. But guess what? The markets are resilient. The markets will take that data. They will digest that data, and then they will turn around and they will do what they do. And we will see if we can capitalize on what is coming. And this market is what it is, man. But happy Wednesday to everybody, man. Happy Wednesday. We are up. We're at it. We're doing our thing. Good morning to Junior. Good morning. Good morning, Ken. How are you, brother? How are you? Good early afternoon, I should say to you, Ken. That's right, y'all. Smash that like button. I can see how many people are in here watching the stream between YouTube and X as well. And I noticed like 90% of you guys don't even hit the like button when you're in here watching the stream. And most of you guys aren't even subscribed to the channel. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. On X, go ahead and hit that follow button and smash that like button, y'all. Because I noticed even on my videos, the majority of people who watch my videos when I put them out, not subscribed to the channel. Hit that subscriber button. Crypto Confident. Good morning, my brother. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, man. Great Wednesday. It's great Wednesday. We're up. We're at it. We're conquering the world. We're doing a thing. Being up and at it is half the battle, man. It's half the battle, and we got half the battle knocked. So, we're doing it. We're doing it. So let's look at the market. Asian market, they didn't trade too bad. They didn't trade too bad last night. They didn't leave us too bad last night. We'll take that. European market, we're over there where Ken's dumping his profits from crypto over in the market. Second day in a row that they're trading really, really well. European market's looking really, really strong this morning. So we love to see that. Then you get over here to the United States markets. They're up, they're down. When I first woke up, they were all completely red. It looks like the NASDAQ wants to come in green right now, but we'll see as the morning goes on. But what is making the United States markets red? Why are they coming down the way that they're coming down? Well, it's right here, the CPI data. The Consumer Price Index report is getting ready to come out today, and it's gonna be hot, guys. All signs point to it being hot. You know what I mean? All signs point to inflation still being here. Inflation still being at not coming down at the rate it maybe that they've expected it to come down. So all experts are saying it's going to come in a little hot. So the market's got to digest that. The market's got to price that stuff in, and they will. And they will. This isn't something to worry about. It's nothing to fear. You go in, you buy what you got to buy, you do what you got to do. You buy it on a dip, and life moves on. But the markets will do what the markets will do. The markets will always recover. They will always recover. So, coming a little hot, but we'll see. We'll see how hot, right? How hot is the key. You had Powell yesterday testifying up on the Hill. He did a pretty good job. I thought he hung in there well. He answered the questions, and I thought he hung in there pretty well. Thought he did a pretty good job, and he didn't shock the markets, and that was kind of all he needed to do. That's all he needed to do, was to just not say anything yesterday that was going to shock the markets. NVIDIA is doing pretty well. You guys know, between stocks, between the big stocks, between cryptocurrency, a lot of this stuff is AI driven, and NVIDIA is the chip leader in AI. Nothing happens without NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is doing well. Selmo, good morning, my brother. Good morning. How are you, man? Trying to stay warm up here, man, on the East Coast. But definitely nothing happens without NVIDIA. NVIDIA is doing well. Nothing in AI happens without NVIDIA. So, as long as they're doing well, AI is doing well. So, NVIDIA is hanging in there pretty good. But this is the big one today. We got CPI coming out. They don't expect it to be that. They don't expect it to be that great. They expected the numbers to come in a little bit hotter than usual. So, keep your eye on this. Keep your eye on the prize, right? It's always about keeping your eye on the prize, man. And that's where we're at. And that's what we're going to do. But the United States markets not trading that well in the pre-markets. But with the European markets and the Asian markets trading pretty well, we'll see what the United States markets do. But they got to digest that data first, right? That's the key, right? So we come over here. Well, let's look and see where these ETF flows are going. Look at Bitcoin's ETFs getting absolutely smashed this morning. Minus $171 million. Getting absolutely smashed. Ethereum's about leveled out. It's about level. It's about trading even, and you'll take even versus bleeding 100 million. So Pi is going to launch mainnet. On February 20th. Okay. All right. Listen, I'm glad to see Pi's making moves, Selmo. I'm glad to see Pi's making moves. You guys been farming Pi forever, man, mining Pi forever. And man, they're a slow mover, baby. But hey, maybe that slow movement is exactly what was needed for that price to be where you guys need that price to be. But yeah, Pi's definitely been a slow mover. I know you guys been mining it forever. So it's a good thing that they're about to launch, man. Anybody who is mining Pi, I hope you guys absolutely get your due, because it's long overdue. So you see Arkham, they're selling off on their Bitcoin ETFs. Fidelity selling. You see all of these guys selling. BlackRock's selling. All the main ones are selling off on their Bitcoin ETFs. The Ethereum ETF, though, when you look at it, the buyer right now is Invesco. So, looks like they're buying up some Ethereum ETFs. So we'll take it. It's pretty much a zero-sum game right now for Ethereum. So we'll see where they go, see what they do. We'll see how they roll, right? That's the kicker, right? So we'll see what's up. But yeah, the inflows definitely aren't good for Ethereum this morning. Definitely not good for Ethereum this morning. I mean, for Bitcoin this morning. So we'll see what's going on. Finally, Selmo. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Finally, man. Finally. Oh, you got it, crypto confident. You mining it too? I'm not mining it. But I know a lot of you guys are. I never mined it. I never really got into mining Pi too much, but kind of let you guys update it, because I know a lot of you guys have been, and I hope that it pays dividends for you guys. I really do. I hope that it absolutely comes out of the gate swinging. It's been so long. You guys all deserve. You guys all deserve to get paid, man. Uh, with the shortage of BTC, won't that work against them? It could. It could definitely work against them. It could. But you see, with these ETF flows, you got to understand, like, it's really not the company that's selling, right? It's really the people on the exchange that are moving that ETF back and forth, right? So that Bitcoin is backed 1-to-1, right? So if there's an extreme uptick in the volume for that ETF, these ETF funds have to go out on the open market and buy it, right? And if there's extreme selling pressure on that ETF, then they get a chance to come in the market and go ahead and sell it, right? So that's how that flow moves. It flows much like that flow is much like the same flow as me and you buying and selling Bitcoin and Ethereum all day long. There's that ratio, that 1-to-1 ratio that they have to have back. And as that flow comes in and out, there's all that buying and selling on the chart. That's how that works. That's how that works almost. So it's the more sells of that ETF they have on the exchange, the more sells they put on the chart. The more buys they have, the more buys they put on a chart. That's why we say, with these ETFs, right? Like, it's a good and bad thing, and we got another one that we're going to talk about today, right? We have a good and bad, these ETFs are good and they're bad, right? Much like anything else, you have your good parts to them, your bad parts to them. When the buying pressure is good, on the stock exchange for your ETFs, you're going to see that big price pump, right? When the selling pressure is there in these big hedge funds on these ETFs, you're going to see that big downturn, right? And it just opens it up to stock exchange traders. These ETFs open it up to stock exchange traders to now manipulate the price of your cryptocurrency, on the open stock exchange market, but that's how these ETFs work. It's much like spot trading on an exchange. It's that buying and selling pressure. And so when you see the selling pressure, you're gonna see that reflected in the price. When you see them ETFs moving as high as they have moved in the past for Bitcoin and everything else, you're gonna see that big price inflection. But the difference is there's $3.15 trillion sitting over here on the open spot cryptocurrency market, right? There's billions of dollars, billions and trillions of dollars possibly sitting over there on a stock exchange that can move these prices. So you're talking a lot of money that can make a lot of moves in the price of these cryptos as these ETFs start to roll out. So, you're bringing a lot more volatility to the game and the ability to have a lot more price manipulation going on, because make no doubt these big hedge funds own a large portion of that Bitcoin, own a large portion of that Ethereum, so they basically can manipulate the market anytime they want. So as Solana starts to get an ETF, as XRP starts to get the ETF, Litecoin starts to get their ETF, you're going to see that price manipulation happening. And then you have Grayscale now applying for a Cardano ETF, which is why you see the price increase of Cardano at this moment in time. You've seen Cardano outperform the market yesterday. Well, why did Cardano outperform the market yesterday? It was simply because Grayscale is going to apply for a ETF for Cardano. So you're starting to see these top cryptos really get these ETFs, and you're going to start to see this price manipulation going on. So this price manipulation is going to be huge with these ETFs. You're talking big money moving a lot of volume that dictates this price. Good morning, Cheese. Good morning. How are you? So, this is why Bitcoin's price gets manipulated so hard is because of the ETF. Ethereum's price gets manipulated so hard because of their ETF. Now you're starting to talk about an XRP ETF, a Solana ETF, and then you scroll down here and you're starting to talk about a Cardano ETF, right? And then obviously further down the line, you're talking about a Litecoin ETF. So all of these will be price manipulation. That's getting ready to happen with the market. So you gotta know that, right? You gotta be willing to play that game, right? And it's a game that we're gonna play, and it's a game that we're gonna play throughout this whole bull run. And you just have to know what game you're in, and you have to play the game that you're in. So, and you can't bitch about it, you can't cry about it, you can't whine about it. It's here, it's happening, and this market's gonna get manipulated. So crypto market sitting at $3.115 trillion right now. Bitcoin fear and greed index still sitting in fear at 35. So we buy fear. So we're buying right now. We buy fear and we sell this greed. You look at the Bitcoin dominant sitting at 60.34%. So that just means that we are still in a Bitcoin rally. Heat, what's going on, brother? What's going on? What's going on, my brother? That just means that we're still sitting in definitely a Bitcoin rally. We're nowhere near an altcoin rally right now with this dominant sitting at 60%, which is why we're buying altcoins right now, why we're buying altcoins, because we're not in that rally. We want to buy the altcoin fear and sell the altcoin greed, right? So we're still buying altcoins right now, and they're all at a definite steal of a price right now. Some of these altcoins have retraced 25-30% over the last week or two, which gives tremendous buying opportunity. Why we're in this fear. So we're going to buy this fear. That's what we're going to do, which is why I'm so high right now when you guys are loading your bags up and just riding it out, right? So come look at this fear and greed index. Look at the chart of this fear and greed index, and you can see, we've been sitting here in fear for about 3 or 4 days now, and we're the lowest that we've been, going all the way back to October, November. So we're the lowest we've been since then. So we're riding pretty low on this fear and greed index right now. The market's spooked. The market is definitely spooked right now. You've got tariffs coming on right now. You got tariffs. You have some CPI data that may not come out well today for the United States. And then on top of that, you have market manipulation. So the market itself is really spooked. Glenn, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, my brother. So the market's really spooked. So we buy this. We got to buy this. So not to mention, so you got the Cardano ETF from Grayscale that's getting ready to come out. And because Grayscale applied for the Cardano ETF, rest assured, guys, that there will be more of these people that apply for the Cardano ETF. It happened with XRP. It happened with Solana. It happened with it'll happen with Litecoin, and now it's going to happen with Cardano. So ride the pump up, and know you're going to buy into these rumors of these ETFs, and then basically you're going to see a big pullback once these things are actually rolled out. People will sell that, just like they did Bitcoin, just like they did Ethereum, just like they'll do XRP, just like they'll do everybody else. So also crypto.com had some big news come out yesterday as well. They are now basically free to open up their exchange, I think, to every state in the United States, which everybody thought that crypto.com was available in every state in the United States. And I try to tell you guys, like, I can't use it where I'm at. You know what I mean? I can't use it where I'm at. I can use the Kronos chain, but I can't use crypto.com itself. So, obviously because the Kronos chain Chronos chain is DeFi. I can use it, but I couldn't use the actual exchange, but I can now. So you look at Chronos right here. It didn't pump on that news. So you're still sitting at 9 cents, 9.2. So we'll see. We'll see what Chronos does. Right now, it's a great buying opportunity at 9 cents. Like I said, if you believe it's going to $1, this you're a 10x from away. You're a 10x. You're a 10x away. The only thing you gotta do is hold, right? I think Crow will go to $1 in this bull run. When we get into full fledged altcoin season, I think it'll roll up to $1. And you when you look at it, a 10x on an altcoin is not a bad day. It's not a bad day. So Crow right now is at a bargain. If you were in Crow and you sold out of Crow when it got to up when it got to its high, we call it its high over the past 3 or 4 months. Now may be the time to jump in. It's high. I don't want to say it's all time high, but the highest it was 3 or 4 months ago, and you took some profits. Then you may be a good time for you to jump back in, do your thing, come over here, look at the crypto bubbles. I want to look at the day. You see what happened overnight. You see what happened on the day. You see this thing was bleeding red. And this is what I mean about some of your altcoins being down 20-30%. They took a little bit of a step back yesterday. It looks like, as you guys could see on the day, it started to move to the upside a little bit. We're starting to move and start to regain some of these losses that we took last night. But we'll see. When the CPI data comes out, you could see this thing turn completely red again, because that data is expected to come out a little bit hotter than what's expected. So be careful today. Be careful in the market today. But if you're DCAing in, you don't really got to worry about being careful, because everything's at a bargain right now. You pick it up, you hold it, you pick it up again, you hold it longer. You don't got to worry. You're not worried about what happens on a day-to-day basis. So. I hear what that's already. The MC matters. The MC always matters, right? The MC always matters. The market cap always matters. Like it because the bigger the market cap, the more money it takes to move it, right? So the MC matters. The amount of transactions that XRP is going to do on its ledger it probably will move that price, relatively quickly. But make no doubt about it, MC matters. MC matters, right? You think about it, the amount of volume that XRP is going to see, right? If a token with a lower MC seeing that amount of volume, it would definitely move faster. MC matters. It matters. It's that hamster wheel. The bigger the MC, the more money it takes to move it. It's math. But like he says too, with every transaction, you're getting a burn, right? It's a microscopic burn, right? And make no doubt, people get this twisted. It's with every transaction you're getting a microscopic burn, right? So let's say, I put $1,000 in one transaction on the ledger. I'm only getting that microscopic burn. I'm not getting a burn off of the $1,000 I put on the ledger. I'm going to get the same amount of burn on my $1,000 that somebody's going to get on their $100. Yeah, cheese. It's MC, man. MC is going to dictate how fast that market cap moves. Um, you know, the bigger your MC. Why do you think Bitcoin's like it? If you look at it, if you look at Bitcoin, why do you think Bitcoin, even with the millions and millions of dollars of transactions it does a day, it doesn't move um, tens of $1,000s up and down every day? It's because of the MC. It takes so much money to move that MC. That's why. You know, Ethereum the same, right? Ethereum's the same, XRP is the same. It just takes a lot of money to move this. Uh yeah, yeah, but Junior, people get it twisted because they think it's 0.008 per every, like if I put $1,000 in, it's 0.008 times 1,000. It's not. It's 0.008 per transaction. So it doesn't matter how big that transaction is, you're only getting a 0.008 burn per transaction, right? And that's different. When people do their math about how many burns are going to happen in a daily period, you have to some people will factor in the amount of money that they think is going to move through the ledger, and they'll do their math based on that. And the people who really know will do their math based on the amount of transactions that they think that the ledger will see on a daily basis. So, uh, if they had 10% of Swift transactions, they would be at a higher MC because you would be moving more and more through your chain, which would trigger that 0.008% burn, which would also trigger a lot more activity on a ledger, which would also trigger more of an XRP price, right? So yeah, if you had 10% of Swift's volume, you would see a bigger MC. Now, I said on Monday when we were streaming, and I stand by it, I believe that that XRP has the ability to be the number 2 token on the board. I think it has the ability to overtake Ethereum in this bull run simply because you guys know how I feel about Ethereum, right? I think Ethereum's biggest price action is going to come from its ETFs, and it's going to come from people actually just buying Ethereum and holding it on exchanges, much like they do BTC. I don't think that you're going to see the volume on the Ethereum mainnet drive that price, right? So I think it's going to have a nice bull run. I think Ethereum will have a nice bull run, but I think XRP will have a better bull run because I think Ethereum's upgrades are going to come in too late, and people just aren't going to. Or you're not going to see the volume on the chain that you've seen in the last bull runs because one, it's too expensive, two, it's too slow, and people just are not launching over there because they're using Pump.Fun, they're using all the launch pads on Base, they're using Sway, they're using all of that. So I think Ethereum mainnet is going to suffer the consequences of that and their lack of development. So I do think that Ethereum will come up here and overtake BNB for the number 2 token on the board. Uh, 70. Okay. Okay. But so I think that will happen. This bull run, I think that will happen. I think the MC will move up that high, and it is what it is. People forget that at one point XRP was the number 2 token on the board, right? It was the number 2 token on the board, so it's not unrealistic to believe that it can be the number 2 token on the board again. In order for it to in order for it to come up in here and overtake Ethereum, it's gonna have to move. It's gonna have to sit at least. Oh, let me see here. 100,000 million billion. So you're looking at Ethereum right now sitting at 317 billion. Ethereum's going to get a good run. So, Ethereum, I think both Ethereum and XRP will both has a possibility of breaking $1 trillion market cap. I think XRP will be a little bit higher. I think BTC is on its way closer to 120, 130K. So you're going to see this market cap explode. So the number 2 is going to have to sit at least at least $1 trillion just to be in this number 2 spot. It's going to have to sit at least $1 trillion just to be up there. All right, Junior, man. I'm waiting for that legend token to get out of Pumped Out Fund, baby. So yeah, I'm with you, Samo. I think that the number 2 spot you're gonna have to be $1 trillion project or better. You're gonna have to be better than $1 trillion to stay there. To stay there and maintain there. But you come over here, you look at the bubbles on the hour. I mean, like I said, we're starting to get some of the losses back a little bit on the hour. You start to see the market come back a little bit. You start to see some of this stuff come back. So I think we'll see. We'll see what happens as the morning moves on. We'll see what happens as the day moves on. But they definitely have ground to make up, right? The projects have ground to make up, which gives us great buying opportunities, right? BTC sitting at 96.2. Not too bad. You want to see this thing. Back up above 100K, right? And people ask me like all the time is when am I going to start DCAing out of the market, right? Like we always talk about DCAing into the market. Like when am I going to start DCAing out of the market? I'm probably going to start DCAing out of the market for the bull run when BTC hits around 125, 130. It consistently stays there and uses it as support, not just spikes up there and comes back down, but consistently stays there. I'll start making just a little bit of short sales there. So definitely that's kind of like my trigger point to start DCing out of the market a little bit, either then or when the total overall market cap for cryptocurrency hits about $5 trillion. Trump holders got bit hard. When you look at, when I was looking yesterday, I didn't look this morning. I didn't look really too much into the meme coins this morning. But when I was looking yesterday, the Melania token was above the Trump token. So when I looked yesterday, I was like, damn, Melania is above the Trump token. They got popped, man. And the Trump token got popped. Right? It's right here, 1538. That thing got beat the hell up, man. It got beat up. So, I was like, wow. Like it was down more yesterday. Somehow. Like it's starting to make a little bit of a comeback. But it got beat up yesterday. Like, whew. But that's the thing with these meme coins. You got to make your money and you got to get out. Like, you can't be holding these things like they're the next best thing. You got to make your money and get out. Like this liquidity is moving around so fast when it comes to meme coins that, everybody's just jumping to the next one. Right. So you can't hold these things like you did in prior bull runs, right? In prior bull runs, there was so many meme coins. I mean, there was so less meme coins for you to put your money into that you could pick out a certain number, like Shinja, like Saitama, like all of them guys. Like, you knew that them were it. They were going to run They were going to rug you, but they were going to run first, right? But now with the amount of launch pads that are out there, right? These guys are spreading liquidity so thin that you literally have to get in and get out because there's the liquidity is just spread so thin. It's spread so thin all over the place. Nobody's staying. So, everybody's taking a 3 to 4x and they're exiting their positions and going to the next project. So why would you be a fool, right? Why would you be a fool and sit there and go, well, I'm going to keep my money in here because I think that these things are going to recover? No, with the amount of meme tokens that are out there right now, unless you're in the top 10, top 15 of the meme coins, the chances of you recovering are slim to none. Slim to none. Because when people are rotating their money, they're not rotating their money out of your meme coin and going to a altcoin and coming back to your meme coin. They're rotating their money out of your meme coin or the meme coin, putting it into another meme coin, rotating their money out of that one and putting it into another one and putting it into another one. And the rotation just continues all day, every day. All day, every day. I mean, you take Pumped Out Funds, a prime example. You go on there and you look at that thing, man. There's so many tokens launching. There's so many tokens launching a second that you'll literally get a seizure watching it. Like if you try to follow it all and you watch it all, you'll get a seizure watching the amount of tokens that are coming out every single day. Fairground, what's up, brother? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning, good early afternoon to you, brother. So you got to know that, and every single dollar that goes into one of them tokens is a dollar that's not going into something like a bonk or something like a whiff or something like that. So what's the chances of you really catching that, right? I think so too. So I think we're in for a bullish Q2, a more bullish Q3, and a real bullish Q4. That's how I think. I think we have to get through a lot of this price manipulation. We have to get through some things that need to be figured out from a crypto standpoint of how this administration is really truly gonna handle crypto. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to pull it off. So I think that Q1 is all about figuring it out. Q2 is all about starting to run. Sui's looking good. Sui's looking real good. When we look at Sway, whatever you want to call it, right? Somebody will correct me in the comments because they always do about Sui. You look at it; it's in at $3.28 right now. It's found its floor. This is kind of where you would expect Sway to be, right around in here. Kind of found its floor with the pullback, right around this $3.26 to $3.30 range, somewhere up in there. Kind of found its floor right here. I think barring any disaster, I think this is it, right? I think this is kind of where it's going to go. But I do believe that when this bull run is all over, that you're going to see this blockchain really sitting up here firmly in the top 10. Right now it's sitting, at number 13. And people's like, well, a top 10 is only a three token move. But when you look at the MCs, which drive price from 13 to 9 or so, that's a big jump. Man. So I think it'll firmly be in the top 10, which means it's going to be higher than the top 10. I believe it's going to be higher than the top 10. So I think we're going to be fine. I think Sway's going to be fine. I think it's taking volume. It's taking volume. There's days where it actually outperformed and did more volume, on average than Solana. So, Solana is right now the token that's doing the most volume. The blockchain is doing the most volume by far. It's not even close. Second place isn't even close. But for Sway to do a percent, the percentage, the 24-hour percentage, some days over the past month do more than Solana, lets you know that it's kind of gaining ground over there. So that's why I think it's going to jump up here in the top 10. But I do think that Solana is the one that's going to do the most volume this bull run. Sway will do damage, but it won't do as much volume as Solana. Solana's firmly implanted into that number one blockchain for volume for this bull run. So when we look at the total three, minus Bitcoin, minus Ethereum, we talked about this on Monday. It's just trading sideways right here. $888.99 billion, right? We need this thing up to $1.01 trillion really for the altcoins to come down, for the altcoins to move up. I mean, we really need this thing right around 1.01 trillion. That's usually when you start to see the Bitcoin dominance start to come down and the altcoins start to go up. So this is important to know that you're still in buying season right now. You're still in buying season. Yeah. I mean, when you start to talk about the economy, I mean, we can get into a little bit of that in my interpretation of what's going on, not only in the United States, but around the world, right? Is when you look at this thing, right? You have not all of, but a lot of institutional money sitting in cryptocurrency right now. And that's what's driving this market cap, right? That's why you can say you're at a $3.16 trillion market cap, and the last bull run stopped at $3 trillion, right? You can say, why aren't we in a full-fledged bull run? It's because the majority of that money is institutional money, and it's locked up in Bitcoin, it's locked up in Ethereum, it's locked up in XRP, right? So when you look at that, we just looked at the total three chart, minus Bitcoin, minus Ethereum, it's under $1 trillion, right? So when you look at 3.16 trillion, under $1 trillion of that is for the rest of the market. All of the rest of it is for Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So what you need is retail money to come in and pump this market up even further, right? What is the problem with retail money right now, right? The problem with retail money right now isn't that they don't want to come in and spend it on crypto, that they're not watching crypto, that they may not just be dabbling in the cryptocurrency market. The problem with retail money right now is that they don't have enough money like they did before to come in and really pump the market up. I mean, they're struggling to pay their bills. They're struggling to pay their rent. They're struggling to buy groceries. They're just struggling to live. For people around the world, inflation's worse in other countries than it is in the United States, by far, not even close, right? So until people have extra money, right, to come in and start putting some money in the cryptocurrency market, you're going to literally just be dealing with institutional money right now. And that's why I say to you guys, like, you have to play the game that's being played in front of your face right now. And the game that's being played in front of your face right now is institutional money. Well, where's that institutional money going, right? That institutional money is not going to new meme coin launches, right? It's not going there. That's not where it's headed. That money is headed to Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, XLM, Sway, all the ISO 2022 coins. That's where that new money's going. That new money's sitting in Chainlink. That new money's sitting in Avalanche. Avalanche is going to be the number one blockchain for gaming. Sorry to bust anybody else's bubble who doesn't think so, but this blockchain right here will be the number one blockchain for gaming. Big money knows that. They're sitting in there, right? Sway is the next big, pump for, degens, right? Really. So, big money knows that, and they're circulating their money from Solana over here to Sway, right? XLM is going to do its thing from a personal perspective when it comes to, me and you transferring our money around the world, right? XRP is for institutions, XLM is for the people, right? And yes, these two are in a bit of a fight right now, which I don't really cover here because, the fight itself is pretty freaking stupid, right? And, but, XLM is for the people, right? And so you're going to see that move, and big money knows that, and they're putting their money behind it, right? But where they're not putting their money is in a lot of any new launched meme coins that are sitting there under $1 billion market cap, right? Under $1 billion market cap. Now, big money's putting their money in Doge, and you see the ETFs coming out. Talk about a Doge ETF. Big money's putting their money in Doge. Not so much SHIB, you know. You may see some big money come back into SHIB, but it's leaving SHIB. It's coming down to Pepe. Big money's putting some money in Pepe. They know this project's not going anywhere. They know this project's gonna run. They know this project will probably sit right here. They're putting their money here. Obviously, the official Trump token, there was a bunch of big money that went in there, and there was a bunch of big money that left there too. And here's what happened with Bonk and WIF, right? People always want to know, why is Bonk underperforming the market and why is WIF just absolutely getting smoked? Well, what happened was there's only so much liquidity on the Solana blockchain. The official Trump token came in and took the liquidity not only from the Solana chain but from a number of other chains, right? And then money started to move back to the other chains, as you guys can see from the price of this token. But people are not moving their money out of this project and putting it back in Bonk and putting it back in WIF. And WIF is actually getting freaking just hammered. It is getting smoked in this market. I know some people are really all about WIF and they think it's going to be, it's going to make this miraculous recovery. I'm here to tell you, I could be wrong, but I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see people moving their money out of the Trump token and putting it back into WIF. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. You may get a 2x off of WIF. You may get something like that, but you're not going to see the bull run that everybody predicted with WIF, because the liquidity sitting right here in the official Trump token on the Solana blockchain, right? That's where it's sitting. Love XLM. Me too. I think XLM is going to be a monster. It's going to be a monster. They don't need to be fighting with XRP. XRP and XLM do not need to be fighting with each other. To me, that's absolutely absurd and it's ridiculous. But the person that found XLM also was one of the devs that was on XRP as well. So they probably got this battle going on. But to me, it's ridiculous. I don't even get involved with it. No bull run yet, man. No, not yet, man. We're still in Bitcoin season. Q2 we'll start to see some more positive gains. Q3, Q4, I think we'll see a little bit better. But remember, guys, spring break is coming, right? For a lot of the country here in the United States, spring break is coming. So a lot of people say, well, the kids are out of school for spring break. What does that have to do with the market? Well, a lot of people go on vacation for spring breaks. And what is most parents doing that are on vacation with their kids? They're not looking at cryptocurrency charts, right? So you'll see a pullback during spring break season. Happens every year. It's not going to be any different this year. So when we look at the triple X's over the day, they kind of pull back. The 2.1% for XRP, 3.9% for XLM, and XDC didn't suffer that big of a pullback, 0.3% on the day. XDC is one of these ones that I just think, sitting here at 9 cents, this thing's primed and ready for a move, man. And when it moves, there's a lot of percent gains there that are going to be had. that a lot of people don't even realize. When you look at the hourly, you see XRP starting to come back a little bit, 0.1% up. Call that a even some game, right? 0.1%, 0.1% for XLM as well. Call that even, right? XDC 0.1% still. Points you see it 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. These guys usually run together, right? When one takes off, they usually all take off. And then when they pull back, they usually all pull back right around the same rate. So you look at it, it's it is what it is, but it's about a zero sum game right now, which you would expect. You see some of the ones that we kind of watch out for a little bit, see if they're gonna pop. Some of these meme coins, Pepe down 5.5%, big pullback for Pepe on the day. I believe it gave back to zero. It did. It's sitting at 9.6 right now. It was at 10102 yesterday. Gave back that zero again. Pepe just gonna keep playing around and giving the zero back and taking it back and giving it back and taking it back. Pepe's just gonna play around, but I like what it's doing because it's starting to build. We talked about this a lot, and I hope you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from when I say that this is a good thing, because when we look at Pepe, we talked about this big liquidity gap sitting right here, right? We talked about this big liquidity gap and how big of a problem that is. This is a problem, right? And Pepe needed to deal with this problem on this pullback, right? This liquidity gap, and it's starting to deal with the problem. You can start to see it building its floor right here where it is, right? Yeah, people say, "Oh my God, it's playing around in this area right here." Yeah, well, it needs to play around in this area right here. It needs to build this floor right back here where it was. I told you guys last week that I thought Pepe was going to come back here and retest this support area right here, and before it did anything else, because it had to come down off of this liquidity gap right here, and it's what it's doing right now. So it needs to play around in this area probably for another day or so, so it can make this next move, right, and have a strong foundation here, right? Have a strong foundation right here. Make this next move probably to about right here 1.4, and build another strong foundation level here, and make that next move to up here, and start to build off of this foundation that was kind of trying to be built here but couldn't sustain it. So Pepe needed to come back down here. This is actually a good thing for Pepe. People hate to see that when the charts go down, but this is actually a positive move for Pepe. It's positive. Yeah, they are. They are some of them, but we just can't. I mean, I could throw them up there, but I always like the triple X's, right? But yeah, them are good moves too. Good moves. Peps. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's priming itself, right? Right, Selmo. This is priming itself right now for a nice move and ladder to the upside, but it needed to come down. And this is what everybody says. Everybody sees these green candles right here, these God candles, man. These things are huge. And they're like, oh my God, look at them candles. Look at them candles, right? And when I see candles like that, that immediately tells me that we're going to have a problem. If this market starts to come down, we're going to have a problem with this particular run. And that's what we had, was this problem. And I tried to tell you guys, I tried to warn you guys that this was going to be an issue. And it was an issue. It was an issue. It's an issue every time. It's an issue every time. Every time you see this, always proceed with caution. Proceed with a lot of caution, right? When you see this, always say to yourself, okay, what am I going to do when this starts to come back down? Am I going to sell a little bit here and use that money to DCA down back into the project and possibly gain more tokens? Or am I going to hold what I have, ride this down, right? Ride this down and DCA my way down into this thing, right? Got to always ask yourself some questions, because eventually it will happen. It will happen. There's just no way around it. It's gonna, so always when you see that, you always got to ask yourself, But yeah, Pepe is setting itself up, man. It's setting itself up for a nice move to the upside. I'm telling you, 1-4. If it can build a floor here, go to 4 zeros 1-4. That's the next move. That's the next move for Pepe. Is that 4 zeros 1-4? Um, let's see. You know what? Wanted to look at. Wanted to look at something else too. XLM's just basically trading sideways right now. Link is just basically trading sideways right now. I do like XPX 6900. I think it's at a bargain right now. But I do like this project. I think this one's got staying power. XPX. I just, you know, I kind of DCA'd my way down through this whole drop off right here. I DCA'd my way down here. Just waiting for the next run up. But I think that this one, when it comes to meme tokens, I'm not really on meme tokens right now. I don't think that meme tokens are the play, right? Anything outside of the top 5 to 6, they're really not the play that you want to be in right now, because there's so good bargains out here on the blue chips. That's kind of where you want to be putting your money right now. Just because that's they're huge bargains. Like you're going bargain shopping over here, right? So why take a chance? Why take a chance? Uh, yeah, I know everybody's holding. That's a good thing, though. Like holding's a good thing. Um, holding is definitely good, but I think it's, when you look at where the market is right now, like, man, who I don't think that anybody could have said that we were going to get these opportunities, right? When it came to that first run up that we had when Bitcoin was really running, to get this run up again. I mean, this down, this pullback again of 20 or 30%. A lot of people didn't think that that was going to happen with this new administration coming in. I kind of figured it would. I mean, the last bull cycle, people forget, there was 4 to 5 30% pullbacks during that bull cycle. So this one's going to be the same. It's going to be the same. You're going to get 25 to 30% pullbacks, right? So when we come over here and we look at Sway, sitting at $3.28 right now, I'm high on this project too, but it ran into the same problem as Pepe. You've seen this massive run up, and anybody here knows that we were here for this run up, right? We bought this. Big move to the upside, right? So, but it was able to come back down here and start establishing this floor right here, right? Like I call this the tunnel right here. It's gotta establish inside of this tunnel, right? And it kind of has, right? And this is why I think that Sway is probably on its way back to the upside, because it's kind of established inside of here, right? It's kind of established itself. Now, if it loses this floor that is building itself, it theoretically could be coming all the way back down here to around $1.70, to around $1.70. It theoretically could be dropping back down there. Which, if it loses this floor again, if it loses this floor where it's at right now, dropping down to about $1.70, $1.80 is probably going to be a good thing for Sway, just like it was for Pepe. That because then it can kind of build itself back up and start to make this big swing to the upside. But I don't think it's going to lose this floor. I think it's firmly cemented right here where it is. I think it's got a good shot of staying here and then making its move to the upside. And then making its move back to the upside. Like I think we're starting to see it now. We're starting to see, like, these are the daily candles. So you're looking at now you're working on 3 days of straight green, right? So I think I think we're kind of fully cemented here where we are, and we can kind of start to make that next move back up into here, right? Back up into here. So we'll see. We'll see. But I think it'll hold it. I think it'll hold that line. If it doesn't, though, don't be surprised for it to make a big drop. I mean, there's not a lot of liquidity sitting there between where we are right now and $1.80, $1.70, $1.80. I mean, yeah, you can pull the chart back to an hour. You can pull the chart back to, whatever, and you can find some liquidity that's there, but that liquidity usually doesn't hold. You have to look at the daily chart, the weekly charts, the monthly charts. Yeah, I mean, everybody was calling Pi a scam, right? Like it never came out. It was never going to come out. It was never going to come out. It was a scam. Everybody was mining a scam, which is one of the reasons that it kept me from really going in and mining Pi, which I never did. Not because I thought it was a scam, just because I just didn't have the time, the energy to do it, right? So I just never did, right? But I think when we look at it for what it is, I don't think that Pi's a scam. I think Pi's going to make people a lot of money. It's just a matter of how long were you willing to wait, right? And how were you going to continue to mine it, and how long were you going to continue to wait? And I think the people that did it, like Selmo and Crypto Confident and Junior and all them guys who are mining Pi, you guys are going to reap the benefits off of that pretty soon. Hopefully pretty soon. We talked about WIF, right? And this is one of the reasons why I encourage all you guys to be very, very careful. And don't be fanboying none of these projects or fanwoman none of these projects, because you can be a victim of exactly what happened to WIF, right? Dog with a hat. You can be a victim of this, right? You can be a victim of a project coming out at any moment in time and sucking the liquidity out of your project, right? A project that you're invested in. And that's what happened with WIF, right? WIF's price is 59 cents. Look at the yearly chart on this thing. It's down 62.2% on the year. And most of that loss came within the last month or two. Look at that steady downtrend. Like, look at that liquidity pull out of WIF, sitting at 59 cents right now. You come over here, man, this thing was up to $4, right? $4.58. Look at that. Look at that, right? Now, some people will tell you that this is a buying opportunity. You should, this thing's going to go back to $4.50. I'm telling you, I'm not touching this thing because of the Trump token sitting there gaining all that liquidity. It's going to gain the liquidity off of the Solana blockchain. I'm telling you, I'm not touching this thing. I'm not touching it because of that. Now, that's a hell of a pullback, right? And this is what I mean by pulling the charts back and knowing what's going to happen. And I only bring this up because, I want you guys to have my perspective on this, because I know I see a lot of people out here saying to people, this is a great buying opportunity for WIF. And I say to them people, you don't understand the full spectrum of the Solana blockchain, where the Trump token is going to take the majority of that liquidity when it comes to these high price meme coins. And WIF has already suffered the consequences of that. What makes you think that now people are going to come back in here and start dumping their money back into WIF? I don't see it. I could be wrong. This thing could go to $40. It could 10x off of its all-time high. I could be wrong. I'm just a guy here on YouTube who looks at charts and who's been in the crypto market for a while. I could be wrong. But that project to me looks like it's on a one-way ticket to no man's land. 3K per pie. Yo, that would be crazy. That would be crazy if it was 3K per pie. All my people would be rich. All my people would be rich. All right, Junior, go ahead and clock in, man. Go ahead and clock in. But yeah, so I just I only bring that to you guys to kind of caution you guys. Like, don't fall for that crap, man. Like, a lot of people are talking about it, but don't do that, man. Like, I can't tell you guys not to do that, but I'm not doing that. Not when you can put that same money that you would have put into WIF. You can come over here and buy XRP at a steal. You can buy Stellar at a steal. You can buy Sway at a steal still. You can buy all this stuff at a steal. AVAX at a steal. Chainlink at a steal. Kronos at a great entry point at 9 cents. Would you rather stake your bets on Kronos, or would you rather stake your bets on WIF, who pulled back from $4 to 50 cents? I don't know. You tell me. What's up, Scottish? I think yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%, Scottish. You said it. The next bull run, it'll be irrelevant. And so won't a lot of the meme coins that are sitting in the top 10 right, the top 10 right now. They won't be there. The Fart coin won't be there. A lot of these tokens that are sitting up there right now won't be there. Bonk. If Bonk can't regain some of that liquidity from the Trump token, it's gonna be in trouble. But yeah, I'm with you, Scottish. I like SPX 6900. I like that project. I like what they're doing. I like that project. I like the fact that they're cross-chained, that they're on multiple chains, that they're doing things a little bit different. I like that project. I think that me personally, this is just my personal opinion, that project has staying power. Oh, Samo, man, I got a strike the other day, man, so I got to be careful. YouTube gave me a strike the other day because I was swearing, so I gotta be careful, man. But yeah, I'm with you, Scottish. I like what you're saying there, man. I like what you're saying, but like, that's what I tell you guys, like, be careful, man. But this market in general, man, I think we're in a good spot. I think we're exactly where we need to be right now. Watch out for this Cardano ETF. Be careful what you guys wish for too. Like, these ETFs are great, but you have to know like the game you're playing when these ETFs are launched. You have to play a different game when you hold these tokens, right? You have to know that the market's going to be manipulated. You have to know what's going on and understand the game that you're in before you start playing the game, right? That's why we look at the Bitcoin ETFs every day. That's why we look at the Ethereum ETFs every day, because it's going to drive the price, right? So the XRP ETFs, when they come out, they're going to drive the XRP price. If people on the stock market decide that they're going to sell XRP today and they're going to sell their ETFs, it doesn't matter what XRP does on the ledger. There's going to be more money wrapped up in that ETF than can possibly be pushed through that ledger. So that's going to dictate whether or not XRP's up or down that day. And it's going to be the same with Solana, and it's going to be the same with Cardano. And that's what you call market manipulation, because who owns the majority of them ETFs? It's the hedge fund managers, right? So they can manipulate the market in any time they want. So, you got to be careful, and you got to know the game you're playing. So when you're up, you take your profits. When you're down, you DCA in, right? So, just be careful, and know what game you're playing. Don't be in a game that you don't know the rules to, or you will get wrecked, and what I don't want to see is you guys get wrecked. Understand the rules to the game before you start playing the game. And once you get ETFs inside of your project, the rules to the game change. The rules to the game change. So, understand that. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here for today. It's 8 o'clock. Got to get my butt to work. Got to do my thing. Been great hanging out with you guys on this lovely, lovely Wednesday, man. I really do like hanging out with you guys every time that we're in here because we have some great talks, man. We really do, and that's what I hope you guys get out of the channel. It's just some great conversation, right? Like nobody knows everything, but if we can have some conversation, what a great conversation we have. And like I said before, you know what I mean? Most of you guys that are in here, most of you guys that are watching this, I see the stats are not subscribed and do not hit the like button. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. I can see how many people are in here. And if you're over there on X, go ahead and hit that heart button and hit that follow button. Our channel really appreciates it. People really appreciate it. I don't ask you guys to be in the chat all the time. I got my dogs in the chat for that. But go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on your way out. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate all you guys. We'll be back at this thing on Friday. Watch out for the CPI data. It's about to come out any minute now. And it's anticipated to be a little bit hotter than what we expected. And if it is, expect for an early market turn down and a late market rally, right? So, but if it's better than what's expected, yeah, we'll look for this market to take off. But, we will do our thing, and we will always be here to bring you the news. So with that, we are out of here. Seiko, what's up, brother? What's up? Selmo, Seiko came in late, man. And ring that bell, baby. That's right. Hit that notification bell. Get updated for all the videos, all the shorts. I do more shorts than I do videos. Ring that bell. You'll get updated for all the shorts and all the lives. So with that, we'll see you guys on Friday. We up out of here. Everybody have an amazing rest of the day and amazing tomorrow as well. Bye.